Hi, everyone. Welcome back. It's Tuesday and April the 28th. We are on the downhill side of the fourth month, which was what I was saying last night at this time about how, with the pandemic and the weather, pretty much for the most part, I'm not so sad to see this April go and welcome in May. We've got a little bumpy weather in your forecast and a decent weekend ahead and a lot to talk about. And as I was talking about last night at this time, when you could not hear me, well, I was actually addressing some audio and video issues without the audio. So, yesterday was a very long day for myself in house, as is now the case by myself, but nevertheless, for many years now, we've been taking steps at updating, streamlining, keeping up with, of course, technology. And for the past couple of years, there's been one real bottleneck in my daily production that we've wanted to take out, and that will also do a lot of things. It will improve our video and audio a little bit. It will as well eliminate those real late days sometimes, which happen sometimes because of late breaking news, sometimes because of technical difficulties, but the process that we've now switched to or updated to did away with a bit of a bottleneck. And yesterday was our first day running that, and it was also doing so without audio for the first 10 minutes because it's some tweaks have to be made, some different programs, taking different settings, and I'm hopeful that you're hearing this tonight. And my sincere apologies for no audio at the start of last night's program. But that's indeed the case. This is the second night of this system, and from time to time, until we get it completely smoothed out, it will be a bit bumpy, I do believe. Maybe not, but in the end, it's going to improve the program and getting to you each and every weeknight in a lot of ways that I won't go into, but you'll notice the difference as we go along. So with that said, again, my apologies for the audio issues last night. Hope we have them worked out for tonight. A lot of phone calls, but do that. And when we have problems, let me know. Call and let me know. And we're glad to have so many messages and calls saying that we weren't getting to you last night, at least with sound. So glad to have the feedback, as always. A few things I'll go over again tonight that I had in last night's news, a couple of updates as well, and a really wonderful afternoon, a portion of which at least spent outside the Sagersville Nursing Home earlier today. I'll get to that in just a few seconds. We'll also hear from our governor in just a few moments as well. I heard from our mayor and public health director just a few moments ago. 6 more test results back today for McFarland Countyans, and all 6 negative. We are still one of only a handful of Kentucky counties without a confirmed COVID-19 case. Pete Shepard telling me that they had another 18 tests which had been taken in the past 24 hours or so, which have still not come back in as of yet, but all of the most recent results are still negative for McFarland County. While more than 3 million people now, we've crossed another threshold around the world, have tested positive for the coronavirus. Over 213,000 lives worldwide have been claimed. Here in the United States, we met another milestone here as well. Over 1 million confirmed cases. Over 56,000 people have died. And we are, of course, reading these numbers as many states are trying to go back online. We know that President Trump's economic advisor yesterday said that the jobless rates from the coronavirus will be comparable to the Great Depression, while some states, about 11 states right now, are working on trying to get their business in small baby steps at least back open and up and running. And of course, as the governor told us last night in his address, we were doing so with all medical professions at this time here in Kentucky, and he says he is taking a very guarded but structured approach into reopening Kentucky one small portion at a time. His updating just a few moments. Right now, an update on a missing person update. I just got off the phone with Deputy Tim Clark of the Johnson County Sheriff's Department, who has spent most all of the last 48 hours investigating the case of a missing 13-year-old girl. He tells me that he and the department and local authorities and the family are all still pleading to the public as they have no real leads after a lot of looking in the case. I just got off the phone a few moments ago with Officer Clark, who has been working this case around the clock since 13-year-old Allison Honeycutt was reported missing by her family, last seen Sunday evening around 7:30. He tells me that since the missing notification was made to officers, police departments, and the public, he has received numerous reports and tips and leads, taking them to as far away as far as making contact with police there, as Oklahoma. But so far, after following up on what he says have been dozens and dozens of tips and potential leads, they have no real information to report. They have been following up on any and all social media and other accounts and are still asking for the public's support. If you have any information, local fire departments are going to conduct another search of the immediate area around her residence tonight and actually expand on the area they've already searched on one occasion, with authorities saying that any and all help on the matter is greatly appreciated. Again, 13-year-old Allison Honeycutt was last seen after leaving her home in Sitka in Johnson County around 7:30 Sunday night, wearing a green shirt and a black hoodie. She's described as about 5 feet 3 inches tall and 230 pounds with brownish hair. You can contact the Johnson County Sheriff's Department at 789-3411. They've been so popular, we're still running the $5 off coupons for the big family meal deals, and your Sagersville Lee's Famous Recipe wants to remind you that you can call ahead, prepay, or drive through, and rest assured that we are taking every precaution possible to keep our customers and our employees healthy, happy, and fed. And thank you for your patience and your patronage during these most difficult times. And to help make them a little easier, we're offering $5 off our 16-piece family pack and 20-piece family pack meal deals. That's 16 or 20 pieces of chicken any way you like it, and all the sides to feed all the family, all $5 off. All you need is the coupon out of this week's edition of the Sagersville Independent, and they're giving away free issues of the Sagersville Independent with every purchase. It's that simple. Only at your Sagersville Lee's Famous Recipe. This is Alani. Alani is the pet of the week at the Johnson County Animal Shelter, and she is absolutely a 1-year-old cuddle bug who loves to play and be petted, and she'd love to show you just how much love she has to give. And it's the perfect time to adopt right now. And the adoption fee is only $50, and that includes spay, rabies, flea, and dewormer treatments. Our Pet of the Week, sponsored by Dr. Tom Abel of Abel Eyes in Lexington, who wants to remind us all to stay safe, stay home, and his office will be back open before you know it.
I'm Dr. Jason Zimmerman at Highlands ARH, the healthcare system of Appalachia.
AllPro understands that we are all just trying to make it through these most difficult of times, and they want you to know that they're here to help with any repairs or projects that you need done. Big or small, doesn't matter. They've got 0% financing for 18 months and long-term financing if you need it. If you need anything from a new gutter to a new house or a new garage, call AllPro Gutter Works and Construction, 349-9999. There is never a good time for a breakdown. They will happen, and your car at some point is going to need some repairs and maintenance. And Black Smoke Performance is open and here with professional, fast, safe service. And just in time for warm weather, they now have certified full air conditioning, diagnostics, and repair to keep you cool in whatever you drive. Black Smoke Performance, 349-8785.
With the power to bring us together even when we're far apart, we keep families connected. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
So one of the things I had on last night's program was a very wonderful story that I'm going to share with you again tonight because it fell into that first 5 to 10 minutes or so that we didn't have any audio. And I love this story just as much tonight as I loved it last night. We all are having to take a new spin on birthdays and special events nowadays. It's just the way it is. So parades, like the one we saw today on a large scale, and one like this family saw just a few days ago on a pretty good scale, are starting to become commonplace and extra special. A big thanks to Nikki Gibson Fletcher for sharing her Papa's birthday with us, which we want to share with you tonight. One of those special events that a lot of folks are turning to try to remind everyone just how much they love them. In a time of social distancing, which feels more like social isolation, we're all looking for some creative, albeit safe ways to have some contact with our loved ones. And parades have become a very popular choice. This one for a very popular, now 92-year-old fella, Kelly Reisner. Kelly was born April the 25th in 28 on Shoney Branch in Royalton and was, I am told, pretty completely surprised by the parade in his honor over the course of the weekend. His family tells me in some messages that it wasn't ideal, but it did have a great effect in keeping their beloved Pappas safe and surprising him as well, and having a little fun and creating some smiles for his birthday. Kelly, that's a pretty marvelous family you've got there. You did well, sir. Happy 92nd birthday to you. Happy birthday, Kelly Reisner.
Come on.
To you, happy birthday, dear Papa. Happy birthday to you. Woo!
Now for another parade, let's go to the Sayersville Nursing and Rehabilitation Center. To be perfectly honest, I was not expecting today's parade at the Sayersville Nursing and Rehab to be quite as emotional as it was. Happy and sad all at the same time. Since March the 10th, I guess it was when the order was issued that no one inside the nursing home could have any contact with any of their friends or family on the outside unless it was a end-of-life situation. So families have just pretty much had little or no contact with their loved ones. They've been using their phones. They've been sneaking a peek through windows as well, whatever they could do. But even at that, it's been very limited, and I'm sure very tough. And today, as short and sweet as it was, I think was a very big step in trying to make up on some lost time. My first thoughts as soon as getting out of the Jeep and climbing on top of the fire truck to get this video from a bit of afar, was thinking about, Papa Edgar being there. It's been a little while, but, really not all that long ago. But to think about not being able to see him and visit with him every day as we did as a family. And of course, that goes for all of the residents who have family who can stop and check on them, and not just being able to do so whatsoever except maybe via the phone or, sneaking a peek through a window. Man, I just can't imagine how tough. And it was. And I talked to a few folks standing by, a few of the firemen and a few others, and it was an emotional day. But, man, it was also it was just as emotional in a happy way as it was to the opposite effect. And everyone was really having a good time and really, really glad to be there. They were lined up all the way down the street, down the IGA parking lot, and this parade just kept coming. It was really, really something to see and be a part of. Who are y'all here to see?
Harry Brock Hilton, but we also minister with the Emmanuel Baptist Church on Thursdays and first Sunday in the month, and we're just thankful the Lord's allowed us to be here and be alive.
Maybe you can do a better job than I can. How sweet of an event was this?
This was a great idea, and thank God for putting that up on man's thoughts. And give God the glory.
How hard do you think it's been? I'm sitting up there thinking of when Papa was here not so long ago, even though it was.
Right.
And I'm just thinking, how hard it would have been to be away from him this long. How families dealing with it?
Well, I'm thankful to the ones that's trusting in the Lord, looking to Him for the strength and the guidance through this, that God's still watching over them. And it is hard for everybody. It's a trying time, but God is in control. We're thankful for that.
Thank you all very much.
God bless you.
So how would y'all describe how sweet this has been today?
Really nice.
Really nice.
Yeah, really
How hard is
nice.
it going everybody trying to have to be separate like this?
It's hard on us, hard on her.
Yeah, it really, it makes it hard. But like you just got to do what you got to do.
I think this is one of the better things that I've seen in a long, long time. What do
It
y'all
is.
think?
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, it's nice.
I'd reached out and requested an interview with the Sayersville Nursing Home and Rehabilitation Administrator today. We didn't hear anything back. Maybe later we'll be able to get some thoughts on what they thought about the event. I can tell you that everyone that I did speak to thought it was a great success, and indeed it was. Congratulations to all those who put that together. With that said, here's tonight's community calendar brought to you by McFarland Farm Bureau. Just a couple of reminders that you've got one more event to find out more about becoming a foster parent. Using the Zoom app, you can log in this Friday at 2 o'clock for a presentation to find out everything you need or whatever want to know. And if you would like to change your life and that of a young person's or your family's, email tamara.howard@ky.gov to find out more. Let her know you're planning on being a part of Friday's event. It starts at 2. The Zoom app can be downloaded to your phone, computer, device, and it's really easy to navigate. If you have any problems, again, email Tamara. McGoffin County Head Start still taking applications. If your child's going to be 3 or 4 by August the 1st, give them a call at 349-3488. And starting in May, which is just a few days away, the Water into Wine Food Pantry still serving everyone, but you have to have a pantry card or paper. So if you haven't registered your family, go and get their smartphone app, either on the Apple or Android stores, listed under Lakefront Church of God. How cool is that? Or you can call them at 349-6301, Monday through Friday, 9 till 5. And we'll remind you about their dates of distribution here in a day or so, as I believe they, of course, are continuing to do every Wednesday. And then, of course, their senior days once a month. Your News Today is here every weeknight at 6 and 11, and our calendar is as well. If you've got a birthday or anniversary or other announcement, please let us know, and we'll tell everyone else about it. That's all I've got for announcements for tonight, but certainly that's not all the news we have. I'll be right back. Getting the best deal on the best tires with the best service has never been easier. Just log on to ConleyTire.net, check out the latest rebates, sales, and promotions, pick out the tires you want, and email, call, or come by. For huge savings from the family who's been proudly serving the area for over 32 years. Conley Tire in Staffordsville, 297-2424. A message from the Fraser's Prater Drug Store and Seasonal Shop families. Prater Drug wants you to know that you can now call, use Facebook, or use our Refill RX app to get your prescriptions refilled. And the drugstore also has designated curbside pickup parking in front of and behind the store. Simply call 349-3135. And at the Seasonal Shop, they're still posting new arrivals and taking orders with free shipping on most everything anywhere in the entire United States. And they're offering scheduled curbside pickup. Just message them on Facebook, Instagram, or email at seasonalshop@yahoo.com. Fraser's Prater Drug Store and the Seasonal Shop says let's all do what we can to help and protect our neighbors and loved ones. Come to Parkway Pharmacy in Sagersville and get your prescriptions filled, your over-the-counter medications, and immune system boosters, all from the safety and comfort of your own vehicle, either in their drive-thru or with their new curbside service. You can also call ahead or just download the MyGNP app, that's Good Neighbor Pharmacy, and refill and manage your prescriptions right from your device, helping you and yours stay healthy and safe. Parkway Pharmacy in Sagersville, 349-4400. Times have changed, now and suddenly more than ever. Our lobbies might be closed, but the Sagersville National Bank wants to remind our customers that we're still here, we're still working to provide our community with as many services as possible. During this time especially, we encourage all of our customers to take advantage of all the options we offer to manage your accounts from the convenience of your home. 24-hour internet banking and bill pay, 24-hour telephone banking, remote deposit, automatic loan payments, and wire transfers are also still available to our customers. And we're still here during our normal hours. Mondays through Fridays, the main drive-thru is open from 8 until 3, and the branch drive-thru is open from 8 until 5. And the branch drive-thru is also open on weekends, Saturdays 8 until noon, with ATMs available 24/7 at both locations. Car accidents don't stop. Accidents at work don't stop. Disability and SSI cases don't stop. Your legal needs and concerns don't stop for the coronavirus, and neither does McFarland and Tinker. They are open, able to schedule appointments per CDC guidelines, and always available for telephone and video conferences. Please, be safe, be smart, stay home, and don't let your legal needs fall victim to the pandemic. Call McFarland and Tinker and let them take care of them. Next, today's address and update from Governor Beshear. Dr. Stack and the governor today outlining 10 steps for being healthy at work, as they say we are preparing to move from being healthy at home to healthy at work for those who will be able to make the move, saying that we will have to utilize telehealth, saying that businesses will have to have a phased return and most certainly will have to wear masks. The governor still strongly recommending masks, saying they will be mandatory in businesses, giving them to the 11th to have an adequate supply of masks and PPE before they will be able to open their doors. While for the general public, masks will not be mandatory, he strongly urges that for anyone in Kentucky out in public until we have a vaccine to wear a mask to protect themselves and our neighbors.
Let's just make sure we're doing the bare minimum to not spread this to other people. We've been so good about being good neighbors. We've been so good about doing what it takes, even when it's inconvenient. And when you look at all the other sacrifices we've made, again, nobody's going to be penalized, but isn't this something that we should be willing to do to help out our fellow human being? It's something that I'm going to do to help out our fellow human beings. All right, our numbers today are a little higher in multiple areas. Now, we expected this because labs and others don't report necessarily over the weekend, so I think these are actually spread out over a day or maybe even two for all of it. But today we're first reporting 230 new positive cases of the coronavirus. Again, these could be from the week before with some of our labs reporting 10 days late. They could be even before that. It does not change the fact that we believe we've plateaued, because when we saw a much lower number, again, you gotta look at where we are on the average, whether it's a 3-day average, and where we really are as a projection. But 230 new cases. Total number of tests, 52,411. That's up almost 4,000. A little less than that from yesterday. So that 230 is within those 4,000+. Ever hospitalized, 1,331. Currently 320. Let's think about them. Ever in the ICU, 625. Currently 170. This is up from, I believe, 164 to 166. So that means there's more people that are in, and let's continue to think and to pray for them.
Also, the governor saying that over 1,600 people have recovered from the coronavirus. 4,375 total cases, as you heard him say. Of the new cases listed today, he did list 2 in Floyd, 2 in Pike, and 1 in Johnson. However, all 3 of those counties had reported new cases yesterday here on Your News Today and other media outlets, I am sure, which were not on the governor's list yesterday. So I am uncertain as to whether those are the same cases, which very likely may be, from yesterday that have just made his list, or additional cases. We'll try to determine that. The governor also announcing that another 12 Kentuckians have lost their lives, as we have now lost with them 224 individuals. The governor, in his last few remarks, did respond briefly to Attorney General Daniel Cameron today, calling on Beshear to end the targeting, he called it, of faith-based gatherings during the pandemic and allow in-person church gatherings to resume, with CDC recommendations being observed. The Attorney General of Kentucky saying that by specifically banning faith-based mass gatherings while allowing other secular organizations like factories and retail and grocery stores to continue operating, the governor has deliberately targeted religious groups. However, the governor saying in brief response tonight that they have every reason to believe that any judge will likely rule that everything that the governor has done thus far will be legal, that he's not trying to be controversial, but trying to save lives, that there's no order against church services and travel is still allowed, but there is, of course, the order to have to quarantine thereafter. Now let's take a look at your Licking Valley RECC updated weather forecast. 51s will fall to tonight, partly cloudy and a light wind. Pretty decent day. Pretty decent into a day that started out on a bit of a dismal note, but by the afternoon we perked up quite well for this Tuesday. We'll see temperatures continue to perk up tomorrow, hitting about 71, but change comes tomorrow as well. Tomorrow, showers are likely mainly after 2 o'clock or so in the afternoon. We will see the low 70s, and we will also see winds out of the south, southwest, 5, 15, maybe up to 25 mile per hour gusts. Breezy and rainy. I'm not too worried about any storms with tomorrow's activity, but definitely a wet one in store. We might pick up a half an inch tomorrow, another half an inch tomorrow night for, yes, an inch of total rainfall across the course of your Wednesday. Showers and winds midweek. Now, Thursday, it's the drop temperature-wise. We will see the upper 50s as a result. Showers are going to continue as well, not making much, maybe a tenth, maybe a quarter of an inch for some folks on the high side, but very little rain adding up, but definitely a chance of showers throughout the day on your Thursday. Winds still out of the south, southwest, 6 to 20 miles per hour, so breezy and still have some showers, just not as heavy as your Wednesday. Temperatures only picking up 2 degrees for Friday, 60 degrees, and the sun finally returns. 50% chance of some lingering showers up until 1 or 2 in the afternoon Friday. Then I think we'll see partly sunny skies. They'll help get us to that 60-degree mark. Partly cloudy Friday night and a low of 43. So a decent end to your Friday after a little bit of a cloudy, rainy start possibly. And for your weekend, not too shabby. Certainly Saturday, best you could hope for right now. 72, mostly sunny, and a low of 53. Partly cloudy that night. Dry, sunny, nice, deserved for your Saturday. Sunday, warmer still at 76, and some more sunshine. Partly sunny and mid-70s, but as the day goes on, we warm up a bit. We'll see a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms early in the afternoon, and then a likelihood by Sunday night those showers and possible storms will start to ease up for Monday and Tuesday of next week, when we'll still be in the low 70s, upper 40s for nighttime lows, with a little sun and a few chances of some showers. And that's going to wrap it up for this Tuesday. I hope we got by. I never know until I get up from the desk. I hope we got by without any technical difficulties like we had yesterday. One more time, in case the first few moments of the audio tonight was again bad. We have updated our system and eliminated a bottleneck in my production here at Your News Today, and as soon as we get the bugs completely worked out, it's going to make a big difference in how timely we get the show to you each and every weeknight. Mine not having to be quite as late sometimes. I know it's 6, 7, 8 minutes sometimes if there's late breaking news or some technical difficulties in the moves that we've made this week. As I'm still working on them, ironing them out, we'll help eliminate a lot of that, and we'll also improve the show in a few other aspects, and maybe give us a few other things we'll be able to do, and I'll not elaborate on that a little later on down the line. So, again, my apologies. I hope it went well tonight. It most certainly hope that you're back here tomorrow for more of Your News Today. Thank you for watching.